Welcome to this HarmoniMD video tutorial on how to enter a problem in a patient chart. A patient chart must be open to add a problem, which can range from a complaint to a diagnosis. A quick view of any problems that have already been entered for this current visit can be seen here in the Chart tab. A problem is also required to place any orders: labs, imaging, meds, procedures, and dietary. It is important to make sure that an accurate problem is entered for whatever orders are being placed. This is critical for best clinical practices and also for billing purposes. To add a problem, select the Problems tab. Once the Problems tab is open, you can see all problems that have been entered for this patient, for both the current visit and for any past visits as well. To add a problem, click here. We'll review all the fields in this problem window. The patient visit will autofill with the date and time the patient was admitted. You cannot edit this field. The type defaults to diagnosis. To change the type, click on the down arrow key. As you can see, you have several options to choose from. We'll choose symptom for this particular problem. Note that to complete the charting, a diagnosis will eventually have to be added. The status defaults to active. Again, to change the status, click on the down arrow. But we'll leave the status as active. The date and time of onset is optional. If you happen to know it, you can use the date button and the time button to enter the date and time, like so. Click on the date button, maneuver through with the arrows to pick a date. Click on the time button to pick an approximate time. Next is the description field, which is a search field, searching on the entire list of ICD-10 codes. If you know the ICD-10 code number, you can enter that to look up a problem. But if you don't know the number, that's no problem. You can begin by typing in the problem description. Let's say the patient has a rash. I can type in rash and reduce my choices. In this particular case, just typing in 3 letters brought me to only one choice. This won't always be the case. You can continue typing or scroll through the list to select your choice. And I will select this one. The Save to Favorites button allows you to create your own subset of ICD-10 categories. Use this for any codes you'll know you'll use frequently. We'll go ahead and save this to our favorites list by selecting this button. Then the next time you open the problem window, you'll see this problem in your favorites list. We'll look at this in a minute. Next is the Notes field. This is an optional area for you to enter any notes you want to add about this problem. Lastly, I must enter my PIN and then select Save. The new problem I've entered will appear in the Problem tab and also in the Chart tab. Let's review a couple more things about adding a problem. Again, to add a problem, first click on the Problems tab, then click on Add a Problem. If you remember, we added rash and other nonspecific skin eruptions to our favorites list. So now when we click on the description field, it lists that code. You can add as many ICD-10 codes as you like to your favorites list, and you can still search the entire list by typing in the field. If I try to save the problem without entering all the information required, the required fields are highlighted with a red required. Hit Cancel to cancel the entry. If I realize that I've made an error and I need to edit the problem, I can click on the problem that I've entered Select the status field, which is the only field that I can edit, and choose Canceled. Then hit Update. And then enter the PIN. As you see, the status of the problem is now canceled. Remember, an accurate problem must be entered for any orders placed in HarmoniMD.